I just want to begin with the aquifer what Sir showed, which is a phi aquifer, which is mainly is of unconfined aquifer in a way, because when it is exposed to the surface, we are saying that's an unconfined aquifer. But let's say, for example, any in a location where anyone, if he drills a bore well on a Pashan, let's say 200, 300 feet, so ultimately he is tapping the confined aquifer below. So superficially, if we are talking about, it's a unconfined aquifer. That's the phi unconfined aquifer that we have mapped. And the map which you have showed, that recharge area, especially that bands, that's the recharge area for the unconfined aquifer. So with this, I'll start with the this presentation. Likely we have map geology, aquifers, and to get it very on micro scale, we thought we'll start with ward-wise survey for sources. So likely even everybody that in 90s and 2000, how this CT expands. If you see the gray patches subsequently, it's increasing. In a way, I will redefine it as CT expands ultimately the recharge area or hampers, or ultimately the rate of infiltration or recharge has been decreased drastically. But in a way, because of this urban expansion and spreading, the draft has been increased. So there is a imbalance between recharge and draft, and subsequently even currently we are using annually 13 TMC water as per PMC water supply. But even that, beyond this 13 TMC, we are using that we have estimated around 3 to 2.5 to 3 TMC that we are drafting from the groundwater or from the aquifers beneath Pune city. So how we will get the estimates, or how we will come to know that how much we are drafting? These are the likely based on the some pilot readings or observations that we done in a link road or in a small patches. So we thought, let's say we'll start doing survey on what basis. So this is basically a whole scenario what in last couple of years, when Pune was a smaller town, then it is subsequently went to the metros, and then this one. So demand was before the demand was surface water demand entirely based on groundwater. When it was a village, even now in India, the most of the villages are groundwater based. Everybody this, right? So previously itself, when Pune was, let's say 50 years back, it was essentially based on the groundwater. Then subsequently the Khadakwasla has been built up. Maybe 100 or 150 years back, when Khadakwasla was not there by the Britishers' time. I'm talking about since that time. But subsequently, when urbanization happens, the city grows, then subsequently dam, Panchet, Khadakwasla and whatsoever, then surface water has been increased. And but we are, even if we projected last, let's say for future 30 years, are we going to cater our demand? So this is what the precise, if you want precise answer, we need to look it upon many aspects. So with this thought, we have started survey, and before starting survey, we thought, let's not just jump into the survey. So what will be the probable challenges? What are the factors that will lead to the challenges? So we start doing homework. So if I go to anyone and if I ask the question, starting question about groundwater or a water draft or water usages, then might someone not respond in a way what we required. So this might be the one reason. Another reason may be some might have so intelligent or kind of thing. So they will say, okay, so you are ultimately what is your goal? That's the question, right? So if when I going to the survey and asking the for the person whether you have bore well, so first thought coming into his mind is, okay, I'll give you the information, but what you are going to do next? What is the result? So that might be the personal interest, that is the maybe a challenge that you will not get data. Some may be preconceived notation, I will say, about the groundwater, about the aquifer, about the bore wells, about the wells. So I will say when you are going to the survey, you have to have some homework that we have done, considering this, points, and we have planned a survey doing in watt scale. So if I just quickly, if I ask you a question, what you are, can anyone tells what are these? Anyone? I mean, just by looking at a first glance. This is a
underground storage.
Okay, this is underground. The first one is underground. The second one? Sorry?
Looks like a borewell.
Oh no, it's not a borewell. It's a very big, right? So this is a tank. Okay, this one? It's a tunnel. Okay, fine. This probably someone said tank. But the point here is, see, when we are looking at the structure on urban scale, if you go to the rural scale, you might not see this kind of structure. But in urban context, it's very difficult to even identify the groundwater source. That's the main challenge. So picture here are the aqueducts of the Pune city, which is from Katraj to Shanwarwada. So these are the aqueducts which is running maybe, this is the aqueduct, and can you imagine the depth of this aqueduct? Just a rough estimation. This is 23 feet below the ground surface, and it's very deep. And as you go along from Katraj to Shanwarwada, the depth is shallow, going shallower and shallower. So the thing is, it's very challenging to identify the groundwater source while doing survey, and to keep by keeping all these minds, we have we designed kind of a how we will start with, from where we will start it. So we have taken 3 wards first, like Shanwarpet, Sadashivpet, Kasbapet, Somarpet, Rastapet, and these are the 3 wards basically. And within these 3 wards also, we have brought down to the smallest scale, which is a survey number, which is in some part there are no survey numbers, but in most of the Pune city we have survey number. Then we have assigned survey number for a particular group. We have student interns from FC College, Wadia College, and so many other colleges. So we have planned batch-wise, two students per batch, and we have assigned them some particular survey numbers that you go to this survey and you follow the sequence and you do the survey based on the questionnaire. So likely these 3 wards, we have done detailed micro planning, but the challenge was this map which you are getting right now, it's not nowhere available in the municipal corporation, even in DP cell. If might be some of you know that if you go to DP cell on every Monday 3 to 5, if you ask any question to, or if you ask any data to that particular person who is sitting in the DP cell, he has mandatory to give you the data what he has. But unfortunately, he doesn't have data. He tossed the ball, he sent to some other department, and subsequently we ended up with nothing. But fortunately, we have Sarang Yadwadkar sir, even Pushkar Kulkarni. They guided us, and then we have got this map, and fortunately then we have planned to this micro scale. So while doing survey, there are so many concepts, challenges that we faced. First is the concept and like understanding of the groundwater. So likely you are in this picture, what is this spring? Then if I say what is this, then what will be your quick answer? This is the basement. I'll just tell you, this is the basement, and these are the some groundwater. So what you will call it as? Sorry? Okay. So just moving ahead, this is underground seepage. Someone may call it as a spring, but the spring has a different definition or criteria to call it as a spring. But when you see this kind of structure, this is not a spring, this is underground seepage, or you can say the aquifer which you have exposed manually or artificially. So there is a fine, this is the understanding. While doing survey, you need to understand the question or the person you are asking question, whether he is really getting what you are asking. So therefore, on awareness scale, on sensitization scale, on a groundwater, we need work very hard, because sometimes if I ask question to anyone, I have asked question to a person, okay, you are using groundwater, yes. So do you have well? Yes. So from where you are getting water? So he is saying a spring. So if I see, this is the I will ended up with some kind of a wrong interpretation out of that. So or if I directly ask the question, do you have spring? Like in Marathi, तुमच्याकडे झरा आहे का, पाणी कुठून घेतो? तर आहे झरा, कुठे आहे? तर तुम्हाला विहीर दाखवेल, right? So he will show me the well, which is not a spring, right? Which is a seepage, which is a part and parcel of aquifer. So therefore, while designing the questionnaire, or while interviewing the interviewer, we have faced a lot of challenge. And to get precise answer, or I will not say answer, the response, we have taken a lot of efforts on a student to how you can tackle with the society members, or because the citizens are most of the common people who don't know about the groundwater or who don't know about the aquifers. If you directly start directly asking, okay, this is the aquifer, this is 5 number aquifer, this is the storage capacity, this is the transmission, how much you are using, how much you are drafting, they will completely go out of mind. They will say, boss, I have borewell and I want to use the water. Are you threatened? Are you going to seize it? Are you going to put some restriction on it? These are the first questions that we have came across. So we need to sensitize people to the extent that they will not feel fear to share their data. I will not say data, but share the information about groundwater they are using, right? So there are many such instances that even you may came across. This is the after monsoon, this is the typical condition in many part of the city. So here onwards, I'll say this is the discharge, not a spring, when it is in the basement, right? So this is how we started built it upon, and we started doing survey. Then one of the fantastic thing which we came to know while doing survey, we came across, these all pictures are from Pune city, no wonders. These all structures, whatever you are going to see in the presentation, these are all from Pune city, no outside pictures. So these are the springs, and if you look at the spring, you can imagine, I mean, if you want to buy, let's say 1 kilo of potato, you will not bring a small, thaili, right? You will take a big thaili with you. So same kind of thing, observations on micro level, before asking question, it will tells you more things. And based on that observation, you can lead to questions to the interviewer, that then you will come to the proper and precise information that you need to take from, right? So these are the things which even in a normal day-to-day life, even I am going to somewhere or in a place or marketplace, I was always looking for, okay, this is what, okay, this is the line, okay, this is might be a well, okay, might be an old well, this is might be a part of a spring. So this is how, and maybe someone says the Third World War might be because of water, and which is might be a true, because last 30 years the scenario has been changed so drastically. We don't know what will be happen after 30 years, right? So we have to have like do a sensitization awareness towards whole society, that everybody will understand the importance of groundwater, and they will contribute to at least give information, and based on that we can arrive to the policy and kind of a set of protocols that we will set some guidelines, right? So these are some sources which is you can see here, they're under construction building. The well here was, it has been risen to the level, but during construction they have excavated, they have cut the top portion, and they want to use it, but they didn't destroy, unhone wo band nahi kiya. So they have just kept it as it is, and they are start using out of it. So everybody want groundwater, but nobody wants to, nobody is thinking about to recharge, right? So these are the structures, and these are the very old structures. But what is difference in these 3 photos? The one photo which you can see, it's not maintained. The rest of 3 are maintained. Why? Because that might be because they are using the groundwater. That's why they are taking care of. I mean, जब मुर्गी अंडा देती है तो ही सब रखते हैं, जब अंडा बंद कर दे काट देते हैं. Same kind of philosophy or kind of thought. That might be the reason that well is not maintained, because of the quality of water. It's highly bacteriological contaminated when we have tested. So therefore that well was. So this is the how whole scenario is, playing importance when it is come to the usages. But if I say, if this water is yielding a good quality of water, that might be maintain ho sakta tha, right? Because of it's not good quality, nobody bothers about to maintain. Or in other way, I'll say, nobody thought about to rejuvenate this well. From where it is getting contaminated, I need to search that location. I need to secure that location to get that bacteriological contamination inside the aquifers. Nobody thought about it, or nobody is thinking about it. So we need to take care of it, and that's a whole. While doing survey, we have came across such kind of a diverse, challenges, diverse scenarios. Many people who don't know even about aquifers or groundwater, or they just say, okay, borewell mara hai, pani nikal raha hai, kahan se aata hai, pata nahi. So that is the whole question. If you know recharge area, if we are talking here, policy makers or stakeholders, but let's say for doing D2H recharge or I'll say D2H recharge, TV recharge, nobody know how to do it. But since it is launched, everybody is doing the same thing. Why not about groundwater? Why we are not doing the sensitization awareness to that level? Because it's needed, right? Badly. So everybody is saying like, yeah, we have a bore well, we are using it. We are, somebody say with pride, yeah, we are using groundwater, we are using a bore well, or the tanker supplies from bore well. They are saying proudly, but nobody bothers about to maintain it. Nobody bothers about its recharge areas and so on and so forth. So you will get a bunch of things when you're moving across the city, right? From constructions, right? You can see the seepages on so many places while excavations, and people are subsequently, even in this case, if you see the ducts here, this guy is pumping water from this side and using for the construction, right? So this whole notation, whole thinking, if I say because of this is construction building, he is using groundwater. But what will happen when the construction will complete, people will start residing, वो पानी use करेगा? I doubt, because I have came across, while doing surveys, I came across so many locations. They are just letting this groundwater, and they are connected to the drains. So why? Because it's not bacterial, and many of samples that we have tested, they are not bacteriologically contaminated. Then why we are not using with the formal water supply? Then what it makes the thing that we are not using, but we are spending a money, we are bringing the tankers, that's fine. But in my society, in my building, if I have groundwater, I'm just throwing it out and I'm bringing the tankers. So this is whole psychology that we need to change, and for that matter, we need to really think it upon sensitization and awareness. So no matters what, we are getting wells throughout the city, right from farms. This is also a city well located in the outskirts of Pune city. From the farms to the, even in a crematorium place, we have a well, and which they are also using. So wells, groundwater, aquifers, that we all of us know because we are in that sector, or we know the importance of it. But how we can brought down this concept, or how we can take this concept to the common man, that he will understand in their perspective. So that should be our efforts, and for that matter, we need to make this invisible visible. For that matter, what we need to do is a lot of things, but by doing that, we need to work on all these aspects. First is a threat. Maybe even while doing survey, the people are maybe threatened to give you answers. Maybe if there is a ownership issues kind of thing, or even while doing survey, you may end up with the situation where you cannot find the right person, because so many people has been migrated from last 20 years. So they are using sources, but they don't know what these sources are, how this source is. So therefore we have to tackle these challenges, and therefore we strongly require advocacy, policy, and groundwater. Before that, the literacy on a very large scale. and therefore we need to take consistent and workshops or maybe sensitization program, awareness program, and for that matter, we require hand-in-hand collaboration with the government authorities, municipal corporations, NGOs like us, and so many stakeholders, freelancers, and everyone. You take everyone, because groundwater nowadays using by knowingly, unknowingly, everybody is using water. What do you think? You are drinking a Bisleri. What is that? That's not surface water. That's a groundwater, right? But nobody knows. Everybody is drinking the mineralized, I will not say Bisleri to be precise, but bottled water. Nobody knows about it. They just think, okay, this is sterilized water or mineralized water, or we don't know, bottled water, it's a pure clean. But really they know it's a part and parcel of groundwater. No, nobody knows. So that's how we need to actually build it upon. And for getting this subject to the commonmost people, we really need to take efforts, and for that matter, we need all our join hands to hand, and with efficient communication, interdepartmental, whether it is interdepartmental or maybe inter-organizational, or maybe in a civic societies, or maybe institutional. If it is happen efficiently, I think that's our that should be our goal to achieve sustainability in respect to water for next maybe decades or so on and so forth. Thank you so much.